I have a folder with all the former releases, for example, also Bfoartists 2 releases, and here is 3 releases. I have copied over the whole folder here to here, so that I don't forget anything here. This contains, for example, now the inner setup install file. Let's, before we continue, throw out everything. This is from, which is from 3.1.3. And here I simply throw out everything and rename this folder to the new version. This is for later. This is the manual. The splash screen can go. And the release notes, this is a chapter for later, and some text to post the news at the different pages. But for now we need to fill this folder with what we have compiled. This is the bin release. Let's grab everything here and copy it over. Oh, and this should also change the folder name here. This is now 3.2.0. So, what you need for the inner setup install BFA file is inner setup. This is jrsoftware.org. And to have it a bit more convenient, InnoScript Studio. This is here. InnoScript Studio from Kimoto.org. Here is the download. And then it is as simple as clicking at this file and change the versioning numbers. This is 3.20 with a dot. And here also we have changed these paths here, so we need to adopt this here too. 20, 20, and here also 20, 20. And now comes a very important step, because we have here an app ID. This determines if the installer deals with previous versions. I don't want to deal with a previous version. I want to remove this and replace it by a new unique number, generate GUID. And this makes this installer here independent from the installer from the previous Blender version, Bfoartists version. Check again, the numbers are changed, the GUID is changed. Let's do a test compile. This is here, compile the current Inno setup. The installer has compiled. Now let's have a look if it starts. And I have already spotted something. I will show you. I first want to show you the installer is an extra folder. I have made it so that it is outside of this folder here to have it separated. Now let's test first this installer. But you already see this shows still 3.13, and this is of course wrong. We have to change this. This is here something I have overlooked. Now first let's have a look. Does the installer do what it needs to do? And everything looks great. And bravery test is then if Bfoartists starts, and then let's change this little problem here, and then we have an installer. Okay, now it starts, I hope. Yep, looking good. Now let's fix this problem here. And of course, run it again. But at this point we can already save it, I would say. Save the current InnoScript setup. And let's build it again. Does it start? Yep, it starts. Everything looks good. We can make at this point already a screenshot